Hello everyone, how are you? How's it going? Hope you're doing good. Well, it's time. Feels like it's time to into it. So today, let's talk about something really interesting and let's build something really amazing. Wow, are you guys ready for that? You know what? I really want to feel it. Just are you guys ready for that? Just say something. Okay, that's great. So today, how about building a robot? Wow. How about building a robot called Robo Racer? That sounds good, right? But hold on, wait. Let me ask you something. What does that mean, or how does it work? Any guess from anyone? Yeah, it's your time. Just figure it out. Feels like the name has everything, right? Robo Racer. Wow. Any guess from anyone? Feels like some of you saying something. I really appreciate. Yeah, it's all about a robot which we can control by using any of the smartphone. That sounds really amazing, right? Okay, don't be confused. I'm gonna show you that. Just look at the screen. Well, I hope you can see the screen, and over there you can see the robot, right? Wow, just look at that. It's pretty amazing, right? Over there you can see two tires, and there is a board. I'm gonna let you know everything in detail. Now look what I'm gonna do. Now I'm gonna control the robot by using my smartphone. For that, I'll be using an application. You'll be getting the same application through your supporting material, and this is how does it look like. Wow, look at that. It's actually a built application you'll be getting from your supporting material actually. Now over there you can see something like start, right? Now here I'm gonna press the option. Wow, look at the interface. It's really beautiful, isn't it? Now over there you can see four buttons. Yeah, you know it. This one is for forward, backward, left, right. Now look what I'm going to do. Let me check the Wi-Fi is connected or not. Well, it's connected with the robot. So just keep in mind, it's all about Wi-Fi technology that we'll be using. I'm going to let you know everything in detail. Now here I'm going to press the forward button. Now everyone has to just look at the robot. Here we go. Wow, did you see that? Did you see that? That's really something, right? Whenever I hold the forward button, it will start to move forward. That's pretty something. Now here I'm going to press the B, which means the backward. This is how does it look like, and here we go. Wow, did you see that? It started moving backward, right? And I told you whenever I hold on the backward switch, what is happening? It started moving backward continuously, right? Now let's focus on the left and right. Here we go. This one is for left, right. So here we go. Wow, did you see that? That's pretty something, right? Now let's focus on the right side. So here we go. This is the button, right? Here we go. Wow, did you see that? The communication is so perfect. Did you see that? I told you he'll be using the Wi-Fi connectivity. I'm gonna let you know everything detail. Wow, that's pretty cool. So these are what is we control the robot actually. Here we go. Forward, backward, left, right. Wow, this is so smooth. And how is it? What do you guys think? Wow, that's really amazing, right? What do you guys think? Yeah, that's pretty amazing, I guess. So this is how does it work actually? The robot that we can control by using any of the smartphone. And I told you here it's all about the Wi-Fi connectivity. Here we'll be controlling the robot through the Wi-Fi communication. I'm going to let you know everything in detail. Here it's actually our board will be acting as a hotspot or we'll be producing a Wi-Fi access point. And all we need to do is just connect it with. I'm going to let you know in detail, I told you. So first of all, let's talk about what are the things that we'll be learning today. So I'm going to share my screen and let's figure it out. Have a look. I hope you can see the screen. So these are the things that we'll be learning today. Have a look. Well, first of all, I just want to let you know one more thing. Definitely we will be building the Robo Racer, but before that you need to know the basics like the board interface and something. So let's divide this topic, the Robo Racer topic into 3 sessions, and today we will be focusing on session number 1, and that is what is just look at the screen. Yeah, we will be focusing on the construction. We will be building the robot actually. We need to construct a little bit, right? I'm gonna let you know. And then we will be focusing on a project called a Robo Blinker. Wow, that sounds good, right? It's all about the board has a lot of LEDs and we will be working on it. And trust me, this is going to be so easy because we will be using block coding for that. There is a software for that. I'm going to let you know. Now let's talk about what are the things that we will learn. Robot and robotics, of course, we're going to learn something about that. And components formulation, of course, we need to know the components, right? That if you have been using for this robot and assembling of the robot, I told you, you will be doing the construction. And software requirement, I told you, you'll be using a block-based software. That is what is KBAD. And I'm going to let you know everything in detail. And we will be focusing on this project. That is what is Robo Blinker. And the reason why we have divided this topic into 3 sessions is actually we need to know everything in detail. We need to know the basic things like how does this board work, how does this software works, everything, right? So that's why we will be focusing on 3 sessions for this topic. And today we'll be focusing on session number 1. And what is the topic again? We'll be focusing on the project, right? What was the name of this project? Robo Blinker, exactly. Now let's get into it. Well, I hope you can see the screen. So first of all, let's talk a little bit about robot. Feels like you all are familiar with the word robot, right? You all are familiar with the types of robot, I guess. Can anyone help me out? What are the types of robot that you all are familiar with? Yeah, just spit it out. It's your time. Yeah, there are types of robot actually. Autonomous robot, semi-autonomous robot, programmed robot. See, there are types of robots are actually. Now I really want to know where we can use these kind of robots. Yeah, the application. Of course, there are a lot of applications, right? We can use this kind of robots in hazardous areas where we humans can get into in, and in military field, space field. Just look at the screen, it's written over there, right? Entertainment purpose, security. And nowadays, has anyone heard that news? In medical field, we can use robots. Wow, that sounds amazing, right? So robot is really something. And you know what? There is a cinematic dialogue actually. I mean, for the robot. So here we go. Everyone has to listen. All robots are machines, but all machines are not a robot. Wait, what did I say? Did you get my point? Okay, here we go again. All robots are machines, but all machines are not a robot. Did you get anything? Okay, here we go. All robots are machines, right? Which means, yeah, of course, we all know all robots are kind of machines. But we cannot call a machine as a robot. Okay, don't be confused. Let's go with an example. You all are familiar with the drilling machine, right? Yeah, the machine that we use to drill the cement, concrete, and something. So it's a machine, right? Can we call it as robot? I don't think so. So listen, if a machine can think, act, sense, we can call it as a robot. Otherwise, it's just a machine. So you got my point, right? So just keep in mind, all robots are machines, but all machines are not a robot. Of course, we can call a machine as a robot if it can sense, think, act. So these are the main things needed for a robot. So that's it. I hope you got it. Now let's move to the next. That is what is robotics. Actually, it's a branch of engineering. For example, robot means the built one, and the robotic means the behind the scenes, like the construction, coding, everything. So that is what it stands for, robotics. And just keep in mind, robot means the built one. For example, Robo Racer, that's a build one, right? So that's a robot. And behind the scenes, which means the coding, construction, this all stands for the robotics, the word robotics. So don't be confused. There are a little bit difference between the word robot and the robotics. Robot means the built one and the constructed one, and the robotics stands for the behind the scenes, like the coding, construction, and everything. So that's it. Well, now let's move to the next and let's talk about the future of robotics. I hope you can see the screen, and over there you can see three types of robot. Did you see that? Okay, the first one, over there you can look at my mouse cursor, and over there you can see a robot, right? And her name is Vyomitra, developed by ISRO, which is designed for space travel. To research and learn something from the space, ISRO developed a robot like this. That's pretty something, right? Now look at the center one. Her name is Sophia. Some of you may be familiar with this one. She is a realistic humanoid robot. She can make expression exactly like humans. That sounds really amazing. Now let's focus on the first one. That is what is AI teacher. She has a name actually, and she is exactly like a teacher. Students can ask any question, she will be answering. Wow, these robots are amazing, right? Now let's move to the next. Well, that is what is. Let's get to know about the components. So I'm gonna share my screen and let's figure it out. Here we go. Well, I hope you can see the screen. So these are the things that we needed for making this robot. Wait, what is the robot name again? Robo Racer, exactly, Robo Racer. Now I wanted to take these components from your kit. It's your time. Just get it done. Feels like you all are familiar with these components, right? What about these two? Exactly, these are actually tires. You all are familiar with it, I guess. Now, does anyone have any idea what about this one? It has a name actually. Any guess from anyone? Well, this is what is called a caster wheel. We will be connecting just below the robot, yeah, just the front side. I'm gonna show you that. And yeah, what about this one? Any idea? Yeah, this is the chrono brick actually. Just keep in mind, this is the brain of the robot. Over there you can say green board, right? Now I'm gonna let you know everything in detail. Like we need to learn the port name, pin's name and something. I'm gonna let you know in detail. And I wanted to take Allen key. This is the tool for tightening the screws. And I wanted to take two medium type screws. Yeah, everyone has to just get it done. I wanted to take these components. It's your time. Just get it done. Well, I hope you've taken these components. Now it's time to get it in the construction. So first of all, let's focus on the caster wheel. So I told you we'll be connecting over here, right? So I wanted to look the bottom side of the robot, and over there you can see two batteries, right? These are actually rechargeable batteries, though you can see a connector, right? So this is how does it look like. I'm gonna let you know everything in detail. And over there you can see two motors, right? There you can see the shaft. We will be connecting these over here. First of all, let's focus on this one, caster wheel. So look at that. Over there you can see something like this, right? Over there you can see two things. These are actually metal spacer. Now I wanted to place this caster wheel over here. There you can see two holes, right? Yeah, there you can see two holes. Now I wanted to place exactly like this. So do not place like this. Just keep in mind, this side has to be in the front portion. So I wanted to place exactly like this, and just take the medium type screws, just place it over here, one of the holes, and just make it tight as much as you can. For that you can use the tool. Oh, wait, what is the tool name? I just forgot. Exactly, Allen key, right? Now I wanted to take the same tool and just make it tight as much as you can. It's your time. Just get it. And same as this hole. Just make it tight as much as you can. Wow, that's pretty cool. Now look at that. This is all about the front side of the robot. Wow, that's pretty cool. There you can see. So this is all about the cast wheel. Now it's time to connect these two tires. So for that, I told you here we have two motors, right? These are actually BO motors with a case for connecting this type of RJ cables. I'm gonna let you know, no need to worry. Now I wanted to take one of the tire, and over there you can see the shaft, right? Now I wanted to place exactly like this. It's your time, just get it done. Yeah, there is a lock actually. Over there you can see, right? So just press it. Yeah, here we go. That's pretty cool. Now same as this side. Take the other one and just connect it like this. Wow. Now look at that. That's pretty amazing, right? Wow. It's really beautiful. What do you guys think? Yeah. So this is all about the construction. Now let's get to know about this crew notebook. Over there you can say green color board, right? So I told you this is the brain of the robot. So this one is really important. Over there you can see a lot of boxes and ports and something. So it's time to let you know everything in detail. So feels like it would be nice if I remove this glass. So I can show you everything. That would be nice. So just hold on. Let me remove this glass. Well, here we go. So this is how does it look like. Wow, it's pretty cool, right? Well, now it's time to build this project, right? But hold on. Before that, you should know a little bit things. I'm gonna let you know. So you all are familiar with the word programming, right? Wait, I'm just confused. Can you help me out? What does that mean actually? The word programming stands for what? Any guess from anyone? Exactly. Programming means it's a set of instruction to complete a task, right? Yeah, programming means it's a set of instruction, step-by-step instruction to complete a task. That's all about the word program. Next, let's talk about programming languages. Wait, what did I say? Programming languages. What does that mean? Does anyone have any idea? What does it stand for? Programming languages. Anyone? Feels like some of you saying something I really appreciate. Okay, let's have fun. So here I'm gonna ask you something. All you do, just answer it. So are you guys ready? Okay, here we go. Everyone has to listen. Your eyes should be here. Okay, here we go. Hola, coma, estas. Wait, what did I say? Okay, here we go again. Hola, coma, estas. Can anyone help me out? Yeah, it's your time. Just answer it. Yeah, just spit it out. Hola, coma, estas. Feels like some of you are confused. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna ask the same in another language. So here we go again. Hi, how are you? Feels like now some of you are saying I'm good, I'm fine, something like that. Okay, it's because you got the English language. You know the English language, right? But in the beginning, I asked the same. I mean, hi, how are you in Spanish? But you didn't get it. It's because you are not familiar with the Spanish language. So this is all about programming language. It's all about the language that we use to communicate with the computer. That is what it stands for, programming languages, such as Java, C programming, something like that. You all are familiar with it, right? So just keep in mind, programming language stands for the language that we use to communicate with the computer. That's it. Now let's move to the next. That is what is algorithm. Well, it's all about the instructions. Over there you can see a task, right? Look at the blue box, what it says, instruction to brush teeth. Now you look at the yellow box, what it says, there you can see some kind of instruction to brush teeth. And what it says, there you can see step number 1, which says brush your teeth. And what about the step 2, clean brush? Wait, what is going on? Step 3 says apply toothpaste. What just happened? Is it in correct order? I don't think so. So can anyone help me out? Can anyone make it correct? Yeah, it's your time, just spit it out. Feels like the step 2 has to be in the first, right? So there you can see clean brush, that has to be in the first. And what about the second? Yeah, step 3, which means apply toothpaste, that should be in the second. And third, it has to be brush your teeth. So these are the instructions, right? So these are the correct instruction to complete the task, right? So algorithm means the instruction, that's it. Now let's move to the next. Next, I told you coding, it's all about the set of instruction to complete a task. Yeah, a particular task, that's it. And there are types of coding actually. Actually, there are two types of coding. One is text coding, exactly like hackers does. It's like they will be using the keyboard to type something, right? And block-based coding, which means all you do is just drag and drop. And you know what? Today we'll be focusing on block-based coding. So this is gonna be so easy, trust me. Now let's get to know more about this software. So we'll be using KBAD software. It's a block-based amazing software. I'm gonna let you know everything in detail. So there you can see the link, right? We'll be getting the same link from the supporting material. So I want you to download the same software and just open it. That's it. Well, I hope you have downloaded and installed this software. Now I want you to open exactly as mine. So here we go. So you can see the shortcut, right? Now I want you to click the right button. And from there, I wanted to select the run as administrator. So every time you need to make sure this one, if you're really opening the KBID software, you need to make sure you have opened the software through this run as administrator. Just click on it. Wow, it's loading and have a look. Wow, this is really something, right? I hope you got this thing. And look at that over there, you can see some, wait, what just happened? Something has been pop up, right? Okay, never mind, just close it, that's it. Either you can press an OK or just close it. Well, now although you can see two things. What it says, can read? One says setup and the other one says loop. It's like a C shape, right? Which means although you can see something to fill inside this blank space. So first of all, let's talk about setup, what it stands for and something. So does anyone have any idea? What does that mean, setup? Anyone? Okay, listen, everyone has to listen. Voice setup stands for whatever or whichever port that you're using from the board, you need to mention it inside void setup. I told you each port has a name. You remember? Yeah, total we had 8 boxes, right? Yeah, we have 8 boxes. And I told you each box has a name. I mean, each RJ11 port has a name. And I told you if you're really using this port, you need to call the names, right? So here inside the void setup, you need to call the name. You need to mention the names. That's it. Don't be confused. Just keep in mind like that. Or else in an easy way, we could say like, just consider this as a king. Which means if you really want to do something, you need to take permission from the king, right? So same as is, if you really want to use any of the port from the board, you need to mention it inside this setup. And also you can use this setup for running the code once. So just keep in mind like that. Now here though you can see something like void loop, right? Which means whatever inside will run continuously. That is what is loop stands for. If you give anything inside, it will run continuously. The word loop stands for that, right? Continuous. Yeah, exactly like that. Now look at the left side. Over there you can see a lot of options, right? From here, I wanted to click the option called GPU. Did you see that? I wanted to do the same. So just click on it. Wow, what just happened? Though you can see a lot of options, right? So just scroll down and though you can see an option called set pin 25 as output. Did you see that? So I wanted to drag this one and drop it inside the set. I wanted to do the same, exactly the same. And though you can see a number, right? 25. So listen, I told you today we'll be focusing on Robo Blinker, right? So here we'll be focusing on one LED. But wait, where is that LED? I told you in the beginning, right? Our board has a lot of LEDs. I'm gonna show you that. Just look at the screen. Well, I hope you can see the robot. Now look at the bottom side. Although you can see the mode 1, right? M1. What about the name I just forgot? Exale 2526. What about mode 2, which means M2? What about the name? Yeah, 1915. What about M3? What about the name? 3233. Just keep in mind because we really needed these names actually. Well, now look at my finger. There you can see some inbuilt LEDs. Did you see that? Just look at the board. There you can see some inbuilt LEDs. And I'm a little bit confused. How many LEDs are there? Can anyone help me out? Yeah, how many LEDs are there? Just look at the board. Exactly. Total 6 inbuilt LEDs are there, right? And you know what? Each LED has a name. So no need to worry. It's written over there. What it says at the top, there you can see something like M1, right? So there you can see M1 and there you can see 2 LEDs for M1, 2 LEDs for M2 and the last 2 LEDs for M3. Which means total 6 LEDs are there. First and second LED for M1, third and fourth LED for M2, fifth and sixth LED for M3. So you got the names, right? Now can you help me out? What about the first LED name? I mean the number. Yeah, what about the number? Can you figure it out? I told you the first 2 LEDs for M1, right? M1 means more to 1. So you got the numbers, right? So the first LED stands for 25, second LED stands for 26, exactly. So you got it, right? And what about the M3? I really want to make sure. So what about the M3? Though you can see 2 LEDs, right? So what about the names? Can you help me out? Exactly, though you can see M3 and 2 LEDs. So the first LED, the first LED of M3 stands for 32. And the second one stands for 33. Wait, why did I say like that? Can you help me out? Exactly, because M3 stands for, the name stands for 32 and 33. Just look at over here. So just keep in mind, okay, don't be confused. Just keep in mind, these LEDs are for motors, which means here we have 3 boxes for connecting motors, right? 25, 26, 19, 15, 32, 33. So here these LED have the same names. M1, M2, M3 stands for these motor pins. Just keep in mind like that. Don't be confused, okay? Now, yeah, I just forgot. What about the first pin again? Yeah, 25, which means the first LED stands for 25. Now look at the software again. Now everyone has to just look at the screen. There you can see something inside the setup, right? Can you read what it says? Set pin 25 as output. So just keep in mind, if you're really using LED motors, you need to keep it as output. Yeah, it's a digital pin, right? So you need to keep it as output. So just click on this option. It's already output actually. If it doesn't, you need to make sure it has to show output. So there you go. That's pretty cool. Now there you can see a number, right? What it says 25. Wait, hold on. Do we need to change anything? I told you the concept, right? Here we'll be focusing on the first LED. And what about the name? I just forgot. Exactly. The first LED name is 25. So do we need to change anything inside? Actually, no. Now keep in mind, if you're really using the second LED or if you're really using 6 LED, what do you need to do? Excel, you need to mention each and every port inside void setter. So that's it. I told you whatever port or whichever port that you're using, you need to mention it inside. So that's pretty cool. He will be using one LED. So here all I need to mention one pin. That is what is 25. Now if you're really using the 26 pin, you need to edit the number into 26. That's it. Don't be confused. Now let's focus on loop. I told you whatever inside will run continuously, right? So then we need to do the coding for turning on the LED. So it's so easy actually. I want you to click the GPIO pin again. And though you can see something like digital write pin. Did you see that? I want you to drag and place it over here. That's pretty cool. Wow, now look at that. And you need to change the port name, right? Because he will be using the 25th pin. So here we need to change the 33 into 25. That's pretty cool. Now there you can see something like value 1. So this one is really important. I'm going to let you know a trick actually. Here everyone has to just look at my screen. There you can see 1. So here is the trick. 1 means on, and here you can edit with 0 as well. 0 stands for off. Did you get my point? So here we go again. 1 stands for to turn on the LED, or just keep in mind on. 0 stands for off. Now I really want to make sure what it says now. Look at the loop. What it says. If I upload this code, what would happen? Any guess from anyone? Just spit it out. It's your time. Exactly, the 25th LED will be turning on, right? So shall we check it? Are you guys ready? Okay, so for that I wanted to connect the board with the adapter or the battery. It's up to you actually. And also I wanted to connect the programming cable to the board. And I told you to turn on the board and turn off the A switch. These are actually really important, so just get it done. It's your time. Well, I hope you can see the screen. So here I'm gonna connect the programming cable over here. There you can see the port, right? So just connect it with it. And I told you that you can see the battery power to turn on the board, or else you can use the 12 volt adapter from the kit. It's totally up to you. Now let me use the battery power. That's good. Now I told you need to make sure the board and make sure the A switch has turned off. That's pretty cool. Now I wanted to do one more thing. I wanted to unplug these RG cables because we will be focusing on the LED project, right? So no need of using these motors actually. So just unplug it. That's pretty cool. I wanted to do the same. This one is really important. Well, now let's back to the screen again. Well, I hope you can see the screen, and at the top there you can see something like this, right? Some gears. Did you see that? Just click on it and you need to make sure the port. So just click on the select port option and there you got it. Now listen, it may different for you. I mean the number. For me it shows COM5. It may be entirely different for you. Whatever, just get it connected. That's it. Just connect it. That's pretty cool. Just close it. Now there you can see a tick mark, right, which means to compile the code. Actually it's a perfect one. If you really confused with the code, you can use this option. Now just right here there you can see something like a play button, right? So this is a button for uploading the code. Now whatever I had done actually to turn on the first LED, right? So here we go. Here I'm gonna press the upload option and let's wait a little bit. Wow, look at that. What is going on? There you can see finding board got a tick mark. That's perfect. Now compiling the code. And we need to wait a little bit. So I wanted to do the same. It's your time. Just get it done. Well, for me it shows a green tick mark, which means it successfully uploaded the code to the board. Now let's figure it out the board, right? Let's see what happened. So here we go. Wow, now look at that. Did you see that? The first LED has turned on. Wow, look at that. It's working, right? What about you guys? Did you get the same? Look at the first LED. What about the name I just forgot? Yeah, 25th. 25th LED has turned on. That's pretty cool. Wow. I hope you got the same. Now let's into the interesting part. So for that, now all I need, the LED has to blink, which means the LED has to turn on for 1 second, and after that it has to turn off for 1 second, which means it has to show exactly like this. It has to blink. Yeah, that's a concept. So for that, look what I'm going to do. I want you to click the option called time. Though you can see something like that, right? And there you can see some option called delay. And I want you to drag just below over here inside the loop and just below the first block. And there you can see 1000. Here 1000 millisecond means 1 second. So that's perfect. Now what if I give 2000? What it stands for? Exactly 2 seconds. What if I give 10,000? What it stands for? Exactly it's 10 seconds, right? What if I give 500? What it stands for? Any guess from anyone? Exactly 0.5 seconds. Now yeah, let me give 1000, which means 1 second. Now look what I'm going to do. I'm going to duplicate the same For that, just click on the right button and there you can see an option, right? And I'm going to drop it below. And what has to happen? I told you after 1 second the LED has to turn off. But I'm confused. How to turn off the LED? I just confused. Can you help me out? I told you before, right? If you're keeping 0, which means the LED off. I told you the trick, right? 0 means off. Now here I'm gonna add 0 instead of 1. That's pretty cool. Now there also you need to mention the time. For that here I'm going to duplicate in the scene. And that's pretty cool. Now look at the loop. What it says? I told you coding is a step-by-step instruction. Now first it will be reading the first block, which means the LED has to turn on, and it will be making 1 second delay because the block says it. And after that it will be turning off for 1 second. And will it stop after that? What do you guys think? No, it won't, right? Because it's a loop. Again it will be coming inside, and whatever inside will start to work again. Now let's figure it out. So just click on the upload option and let's wait a little bit. Yeah, it started uploading again. I wanted to do the same. It's your time. So what has to happen actually? What has to happen to our LED actually? Yeah, it has to turn on and off, right? Exactly like blinking. Let's figure it out. Well, for me it shows done uploading. Now let's figure it out the board. Have a look. Wow, look at that. What is going on? Did you see that? The first LED has started blinking, right? Just look at the first one. Okay, hold on. Wow, it's working perfectly, right? Just look at the first LED and it started blinking. Yeah, it has been turning on for 1 second and turning off for 1 second. Wow, that's pretty cool. Now, if you really want to change the time, of course you can. And also, if you really want to add the 6 LEDs, you know what to do, right? First of all, you need to mention the port inside the void setup and just get it done inside void loop. You can do it. So easy, right? Well, this is really something, right? And I told you, if you really want, you can use these 6 LEDs and you can make decorative patterns. Wow, that sounds good, right? So that's all about this session. I told you we'll be keeping 3 sessions for making this Robo Racer, right? So you got the knowledge about the board, about the software. Now in the next session, we'll be learning something different, and that's gonna be so amazing. Well, so it's time to wind up. So let's talk about what are the things that we learned today. We talked about robotics, programming languages. I told you it's all about the language that we use to communicate with the computer. That's it. And here we have used a software called KBIDE, where we have done the block coding. And in the beginning, we did the construction, right? Yeah, we did the construction. And we learned about the chronobot. That's the brain of the robot, actually. And that's really important. I told you, if you really want to use any of the port, you need to call the name. I mean, the port name. These are actually really important. So in the next session, we will be learning something really interesting. So that's about today. Thank you. Have a nice day.